Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. All praise is due to Allah, the cherisher and sustainer of the whole universe. Brothers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this session. We are still discussing the secrets of success in giving da'wah or reaching out to others. Let me review quickly what we discussed in the last session. We talked about preparation and planning. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Then we talked about what? Time. You remember the statement I gave you? If you are not early, you are late. So be before time, not on time. Be there before time. And another one that we discussed, good appearance. Dress for success. Dress properly. For each occasion, there is a suitable dress that you can use. So you have to know, the background, where you are going to go. For example, if you go to a masjid, if you go to a school, if you go to another place, you might require to wear a suit, a tie, and so we have to dress properly and according to the occasion. Another secret, that is to be creative, interesting, and updating yourself. Try to update yourself. Try to present Islam, to give da'wah in a creative way. For example, we can send an email, attached to which you can send what? A flash. Small PowerPoint presentation. You can send some quotations or quotes, some verses from the Quran. You can send it to millions of people. This is another creative idea. You can send text messages. You find nowadays, the youth mostly have cell phones.
Yes.
So you can send messages about salah, about prayer, about how to be good, nice, kind to your parents. So there are many ways of how to reach out to others. Think about creative ideas, creative methods in reaching out to others. Another point that we discussed before, be brief. Don't get them bored. Straight to the point. Remember the guidance of the Prophet ﷺ. In just a number of words, he was given the message to the companions or those Arabs or Bedouins who come to ask him. He will just give them 3 sentences. That's all.
Concise and precise.
Concisely and precisely. Good. Another secret of success in giving da'wah to others is what? What do you think? Look at it. Let them ask questions. Sometimes when we give lectures or presentations to others, we just keep talking and talking and talking. Some might have some questions, but you didn't give them the time. You speak for about 2 hours. You are running out of time. You say, time is over. I got to go now. There are some questions which might be there, living there in their minds for a long, long time. They want a chance to ask, to get clear on certain issues or certain matters. And this lecture might be a good time for them to get clear on those things. So let them ask. And by the way, their questions will help you. One question can help you understanding that person.
Yes.
And you know how to deal with him. You know where he comes from. So you can benefit from that piece of information in his question and you can give him good answer, attracting him to Islam.
And what if you don't have the answer for that question? Should you skip it or?
If you don't have the answer, you can tell them honestly, I will, inshallah, search. I will give you the answer tomorrow.
I believe that this way will give much honor to the man who asked it and to the replier also.
Sure. Let me tell you this story. About 3 years ago, I went to New Zealand. I gave a lecture in the University of New Zealand, there in a city called Christchurch. So I gave the lecture about the beauty of Islam. So there were people from New Zealand and from Muslim countries. One girl, Christian girl, asked me a question about Trinity, because I touched about it in indirect way. So she was kind of upset. She asked me a question about Trinity. Why did you say this? Why did you say that? How did you refer to that verse from the Bible? She asked that question, and before I answer her, based on my information from the Bible, another guy from same country, a native citizen from there, raised his hand. His name is John. I remember him. I won't forget that name. And he said, please, may I answer her? I said, okay, please, answer that question. And this friend, this guy, whose name is John, later on told me that I am a student of theology. Yes. He's studying religion, and he's preparing himself to be a priest. And he gave her a convincing answer. I did not say any word. I said, thanks for you, John. He gave the right answer to her. So I didn't need to, so she would understand from him maybe better than me. We are not native speakers. We didn't have the same accent and the same culture. So he was speaking in her own accent, in her own language, and telling her, refuting Trinity. He himself was refuting Trinity himself.
Although he was Christian.
So I said, he's Christian.
Yes.
He's, as I told you, a student of theology. He is studying theology. And he's preparing himself, he told me, to be a priest. But he told me, I'm not convinced of that. Believe me, this is what happened. So let them ask questions. Yeah. This is a good chance to know where to go. This leads you to good direction, where to go. Did they understand you or not? Ask questions. And let them ask questions. This will give you the indication whether they understood you or not. But if you talk and talk and talk for the whole period and then you leave, still there are some doubts. There might be some doubts and some questions in their mind. And sometimes, by the way, sometimes just one question can be the reason to his or her Islam, because you clarified, you gave the right answer, that's it. He got convinced. Then he might decide to become a Muslim. So let them ask questions. Another point, the art of choosing attractive topics. How to use or how to choose attractive topics. Generally speaking, traditionally speaking, we choose topics like, for example, introduction to Islam. What is the meaning of Islam? If you give this topic to a non-Muslim, what do you think? Is he going to come to you out of pleasure and happiness? Yes, yes, mostly speaking, I mean generally speaking. Or they are intimidated and afraid? What do you think? Generally?
The second choice.
Second choice. So we can use attractive topics. For example, let me give you this one that I chose, and I did it in some presentations. I will give you this example. I went to give a lecture about 3 months ago. The brothers who arranged for the lecture put flyers, Introduction to Islam by Sheikh such and such. And the people who attended the lecture were how many? Just 5. Just 5 nurses. Just 5 people.
Why, Sheikh? Why?
Because the topic, Introduction to Islam, they are not interested. After 1 month, I told the brother, please don't put that topic. Don't choose that topic. Use something different. And the topic was just contest. A contest. Gifts and prizes will be offered. This was about 1 month later. Guess how many people came to that lecture?
They came in hundreds.
Not hundreds. There were about 55 people.
Yeah.
And I have the flyer with me here. If I have enough time, I'll show you the flyer that we did. Just a contest. Gifts and prizes will be offered. And then their refreshments is provided too. We got 55 people. So we got to find, attractive topics. For example, another attractive topic that I found, let me tell you this secret after the break. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. وجزاكم الله خيرا.
Earth, the human heart, greed, exploitation, hatred, all diseases of the heart. For the cure, join Huda TV every Sunday at 20 GMT for Moments for the Heart.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. I promised you before the break to tell you about the secret of another attractive topic. I used this several times. The topic was, why are we here? So when I go to give a presentation, the title of which is, why are we here? And I start asking the audience, why are we here? This is the topic. Some of them say, we are here to know about Islam. We are here because the manager told us to come here. Others say, we are here, we have no choice, we are forced to come here. I said, no, I mean, why are we here in this life? Oh, you mean, why are we here in this life? Oh, yes, I mean, why are we created? I see your point. So you get deeper and deeper and deeper. I say, okay, so who created us? Who made us? This is just the beginning of this presentation, just to attract them. And I use, by the way, gifts. What are the gifts? They are gone, all?
Yes.
Okay. So I use gifts. I say, okay, I will also give away some, I will give some gifts. But after questions. Oh, no, we didn't need questions. And no, I need to get their attention. So they start to write down. They take notes. This is another strategy you can use. I told them from the beginning, I will give gifts. I will give those gifts for those who answer my questions. And they pay more attention to you. Yes, brother?
I think another good example of this secret, the name of this wonderful program, Reaching Out.
Jazakallah khair.
We can call it calling others to Islam or conveying message of Islam to others. But
Alhamdulillah.
but
He
the
says,
wonderful
the brother
name-
says, reaching out is another attractive topic. Alhamdulillah.
Praise to be Allah.
He is making just like,
Alhamdulillah.
commercial advertising. Jazakallah khair. Okay. Next. What is next? Use visual aids and handouts. You see it. It's more effective, powerful. Even for those who might take a nap, they might take a nap and get up. Oh, he's talking about this or that. And some people are visually oriented. You know about that. Some like something they can see. Show me. You might tell him something. No, just show me that. So show him through visual aids and handouts. For example, if you go to give a presentation, or you give a lecture, you have some
Papers.
handouts, summary, or just like outlines of your presentation. This helps them to follow you. Some quotations, some verses, some sayings. They take it with them home, and they might review it. They might read it again and again. And they might give it to their, relatives or the family members or one of the family members. So this is another good thing. Visual aids, they are powerful. And look at the media, how they are attracting people through what they present. Okay. Next, sometimes you might need to use a board to write. For example, if you explain something, you might write it down there. God is one. I will talk about the oneness of God. Sometimes when I go to these, presentations, I ask them to come there. I ask them, please go there and write or brainstorm what you know about God. So they put different things. They write it themselves. So we comment on it. We comment on that, what they have written. So use a board. Another secret, use PCs, LCDs like what you have here. So this is helpful to follow what is being said. Some might not understand you. Maybe your accent, your language might be difficult to understand, but they can see it. They can read it. So this is another way of getting their attention. Through hearing, through seeing, you see, it's more powerful. Another way or another secret, get feedback. If you like to improve your level, if you like to develop your skills, improve your performance, get feedback. Don't say, no, mashallah, I am the best teacher in the world. I am the best sheikh. I am, a big scholar. How come? I ask others to evaluate me? No way. Just humble yourself, be humble, and get feedback from others. Sometimes you can do it through recording. You can record yourself. You can record yourself, whether audio or video. And then you can see it. You can watch it. You can listen to it. You find that you said some words by mistake. You didn't want to say them. Maybe you find yourself that you said that word in a wrong way. So this will improve yourself. Next time you can avoid it. We are humans. We make mistakes. We make, errors. So you can learn from your errors. They say to err is to learn. So you can make errors. Don't worry. You can learn from them. But try to record your work, your presentation or your lecture. This is very helpful. Also, you can do it through evaluation form. At the end, you can ask the brothers, for example, or the audience, please, this is, an evaluation form. Please just fill it out. Please, I ask you a favor. Help me to improve myself. Give me your feedback. Write down what you think about the presentation, about the presenter, the person who gives the lecture, the environment, the tools. Evaluate us. Give us a good, fair, objective evaluation. This will improve your way of giving da'wah, inshallah. Yes, Brother Muhammad?
And something to add here is to be open for criticism. Don't get angry when somebody criticizes you or something.
Yes, good.
So I want to add another point, that is to have the flexibility is very important, because to be flexible among the people is very, very significant in dealing with the other side. So I believe flexibility is very important also.
Good. Another good point that we can add. Next. What is next? What is that?
Question mark?
I would like to ask this question. Are you ready?
Yes,
Are you ready for this question?
Okay, we're
Yes,
ready.
we are.
Good. Now ask yourself, each one of us, whether here or outside there, let's ask ourselves, what is your role? So what is your role? After knowing all this, we reached, the evaluation. After evaluation, you got to continue, right? And improve yourselves. I would like to stress this question. What is my role? What is your role? After knowing all these secrets, after knowing all those tools and tactics that we can use in giving da'wah to others, what is your role?
Apply them.
We should what?
Apply them.
We should apply them.
Put them in practice.
We should
Practice them.
Put them in
practice
practice.
them. And this is the best thing. Some brothers ask me about how to improve my, way of giving da'wah. Practice. Practice and practice. This is the best way to improve yourself. Practice and get feedback. Practice and continue getting feedback from others. Yes, brother?
About practice, they used to say practice makes normal, but perfect practice makes perfect.
Great.
So I have to practice perfectly, not just a mere practice.
Exactly. Exactly. So not to repeat ourselves, as I mentioned, for 20 years, some repeat themselves. They say, mashallah, I have, an experience of 20 years in teaching, but actually they are repeating themselves without any positive change. So we need a positive change to improve ourselves. So what is your role in giving da'wah to others? Let's get the answer after we see these pictures. Okay? Let's see these pictures. What do you see?
A group of students?
This is a group of students
Class.
who are taught,
Classroom.
by Catholics in Eritrea. Others, what do you see there? These kids are taught about the crucifixion of Jesus, to believe in Jesus, that he was crucified. How about that? Look at this. You see that? This is a priest, an Italian priest,
baptizing,
who went to that country. Look at it. Look at this touch. You see? Look at what? The cross there. Look at the background there. Who's ready to live there? Who's ready to live there?
No.
No one.
But there are some who are ready to go there.
Yeah, of course.
Preaching their religion. They have the right to preach of what they believe in. But also we have the right to preach and convey our message and to share this beauty with all humans. Let me go to another slide. You see there? What do you see?
Map.
Joshua Project 2000. This is part of their planning. Again, they have the right to plan. And also we have the right to plan to convey the message. Let's convey the message in a peaceful and wise way. Just to clarify the truth about Islam. So they are talking about the 100 largest, least evangelized peoples. And they refer to this area of the world to be Christianized. Next. These are the steps. The steps to fulfill. What steps will lead to the fulfillment of Joshua Project 2000 goals? So steps to reach their goals, they have these steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They say there, stop, or step number 7. Can you read it, please?
Finding your
Brother
role.
Ahmed?
Yes, finding your role.
Finding your role. I am asking you, what is your role? What is my role? What is your role in giving da'wah to others, in conveying the message of Islam to others? This is the question I would like to conclude with. What is your role, you as a man, and what is the role of the sister in giving da'wah to others? So I'd like to leave you with this question. Think about it. What is your role, my dear brother? And what is your role, my dear sister, in conveying the message of Islam to all mankind? Thanks for all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.